Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless. A sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless.
Hey Tankers, Bonsai Duck here. So, got some more videos from Bitwise and his Skorpion G. These videos that he submitted were videos to kind of give me some different thoughts about gameplay. I'd reached out, like I said, to Bitwise to try and get some help on my gameplay. And, you know, I've taken some of these things and it's worked out fairly well for me, you know. But we got a couple games here for you today. We got one in Kharkov, and I can't remember where the next one's at. Anyway, in this one, in Kharkov, he finds himself in a pure tier 7 game, so top tier TD. He spawned over in the south, but he says he wanted to help the heavy flank win the city and clean up the field. So, again, now the Skorpion G can be a fairly good assault TD. It's got a nice hitting gun, obviously, right? But it doesn't have any armor, but it can move around fairly quickly. So it is, you know, it's got some things working for it. Good turret. It sits high, so you can't really hide it very easily. But like I said, it can pop out if you got the right equipment. I noticed Bitwise is running the GLD and a rammer on this. But if you got the right equipment on this thing, you can you know, pull out, do a fairly good snapshot and cause some severe damage. So, anyway, Bitwise, you spawned over in the south and you're headed to the city, so take it away. As an upper level TD, higher tier TD, I mean, it makes sense to get the gun in the game. Get this thing in the game. Now you have to be very careful. You got to be selective on your shots. Bitwise rolls over here where you can get some pretty good crossing shots, right? Now the problem is that everybody knows about this spot, so you might get people up in that bush over there and shooting back down through here. Been hit there a couple times. We got some E25s on the field, so you always got to watch out for those little roaches. Alright, so here comes our first victim. KB3. And nice shot. There's a good... And immediately, the guy's down half his hit points, right? Gets spotted. Now, my sixth sense is it stays on for the full 10 seconds because I'm just too old, dumb, or whatever to try to count it off in my head. So I'd rather just say, okay, just stay up there until it goes off. All right, so we got the KB3. Anybody else coming around? And now Bitwise says, hey, well, we got a 703-2 over here. Ooh, and a low. Looks like another Skorpion coming up behind him. Now it looks like the hill's in some serious trouble. You gotta be really careful when poking this thing out because you don't want to get caught out and you know, spotted too early. Bitwise puts a nice shot in the lower plate of the low. He wasn't looking, but now he knows you're there, so he's gonna be a little bit more cautious, probably, I would assume. Yeah, but we know what assumptions are like, right? What assumptions do? When you choose to assume as he's reloading, and they're pushing the hill hard over there, pushing the west side really hard. Bitwise has gone up and using the commander's view, trying to see where things are at. What can he do? Okay, Progetto 46 is screaming for help. He's gone dark. The low's gone dark. Low's moving in on the Progetto. Oh, goodness gracious, now we have the 703 over there. Bitwise puts a nice shot in the side of the head of the 703. I got the Skorpion back there. Now the Suma's decided he wants to roll in here. And that's dangerous. That's dangerous for him. Bitwise is rolling back up over here. See if he can't get a shot on the Skorpion. It's trying to make its way through. They're pushing, the heavies are pushing down the 890 line. Bitwise gets spotted. Now what he's going to try to do is get in behind the 703. Sometimes he can't turn on a dime. Oh, critical hit. Progetto's he's in a bad situation, but he managed to take care of the 703. E25 and a Skorpion on the run. Bitwise swinging wide around the buildings. Been using this more as a poke out and shoot type of TD, as opposed to the bush camping. And nice shot into the Skorpion. He was trying to do the circle of death. Alright, so what have you done? You've won your flank. Now what do? Well, obviously you go back and protect the base because, gosh, somebody's on it. Classic smart. I mean, I can't imagine the amount of games that I've played this weekend where the team wins a flank and just keeps on driving towards the other team's cap instead of coming back. I don't know how many times I've lost where I've had teams just decide that, well, we're just going to push on through. And it's like, seriously, had you come back, had you tried to help, clean up the base, we probably could have won this. Or nope. Or they just get machine gunned down, right? So, anyway, Bitwise takes a shot from the STA-2, puts a shot into the STA-2. We still got one on base. Looks like the E-25's going back to help out. He resets the cap. That's good. Now he's a little outnumbered over there. He really wants to get this STA-2 taken care of. Although the STA-1 and the E-25 back at the base were able to clean that up. Oh, is it a pixel shot? No, that's just too much of a pixel. Just waiting, patience. Sometimes towards the end game, you just got to be kind of patient. You don't want to just rage around. Oh. Bitwise takes another one from the STA-2. By the time the Sixth Sense went off, it was too late. Alright, the E-25 is taking on the M2Y and losing that battle. Bitwise has got to go back over here. We have an AT-25, or T-25 AT, I should say, on the hill, at least last seen on the hill. STA-1 and the 25 AT. Oh, there's a target of opportunity. I think you need to bring your gun down a little bit, Bitwise. Oh, he's in a ditch now. Oh, 25 AT is pushing in hard. Takes a shot from the Tiger 2. Looks like a shot from the Progetto. And Bitwise puts him down. Alright, one on cap. Your team leaves the Myvi. Oh, takes one from the Mighty too. There's a shot right into the engine deck. He puts down the STA, and it looks like we're going to get a cap. We do get a captured base. And that is a victory. Alright, well, you got a second class out of that, fire for effect, but you got Tank Sniper. 265,688 in credits, 4,492 in experience. You did 3,099 in damage, got 3 kills for base XP of 966. Fired 11 shots, of those 10 hit, and of those 8 penetrated. 1,453 from 300 meters out, and you assisted for 126. Made some good credits, made some really good experience. Just a classic taking the Assault TD, the light-skinned Assault TD, and getting the gun in the game. Being smart with your shots, being patient, waiting to go dark, waiting just a little bit longer, because other people are counting that too, right? Some guys, some players are able to have multiple things going on in their head, but some of them are counting that too, saying, okay, he's gone dark, so I need to know, is that guy going to pop out again? And Bitwise wisely, waited just a few more seconds before popping out and just taking some nice shots. Now, he did take a couple from that STA too that I don't think he really needed to, but when you change the flank and change the position on him, you were able to get him out of the game. So anyway, now let's see what the next one is. Okay, well, this time we find Bitwise on Ruinberg. That was the other video, Ruinberg. And again, kind of following the same type of playstyle, going to support the heavies and try to clean up some stragglers. Now, Ruinberg is can be a tough map for a Skorpion G because there's not a lot of natural cover. It's fairly city fighting. So if you can, since you don't have a really hard turret, there's a lot of places that aren't advantageous for you. Some open space up in the field, up on the eastern side, but you got an EBR, T-44, T-44 100, the 122, the T-32. They're tanks that can spot this thing fairly easy, right? The other Skorpion G, the SG-130, the G-SOR, for goodness sakes. So Ruinberg is a tough map for this type of TD. Now, a lot of TDs will obviously, especially spawning from the south, will try and play back here in the bushes. Once in a while, if you can get in there, you can get up here, and that, of course, gives you shots down in here. Now, if you had the northern spawn, you can get up in here, and that gives you shots down in here, too, but it's a little bit easier. I think the field favors the northern spawn, I think. I could be, you maybe different opinion, but I think it favors that. Now, it does favor the southern spawn and getting into here fairly quickly. Although I've seen a lot of people been starting to play this area back here, right down in Foxtrot 5. So anyway, let's see how he does. So he says, like you said, same type of motif. He's going to support the heavies, and he's taking this bad boy right down into the meat grinder. Goodness gracious. Gonna put that big gun to use fairly quickly, and hopefully get over there where he can. Okay, so take some shots up top. Waiting for that 6th sense to go off. .122 takes a hit. Oh. There is a little rock pile over there, and you may have hit that. All right, so Bitwise pulls out. I think that was you were very lucky there, to be honest with you. There's a lot of beef over there that could have tore you a new, fairly quickly. All right, so now Bitwise is making the move over here. We got an SU-131, Iron Thantos. This could be so dangerous. Nice shot into the T-28, just right up into the upper hatch. And obviously, we've gone to the gold, as you noticed. As you may or may not have noticed, I should say. T-32's thinking about it. Using that commander's view to kind of see what's going on. I don't use that enough. And we have a fairly good clump. Now you guys have got a strong presence up in the village up there on the eastern side and seem to be holding it down pretty well. Almost neutralized their EBR from what I can tell. That T20. Oh goodness, they're coming in behind you now. 703 screaming for help. LT-432 takes out the EBR, which is always a good thing. 703 using the dead tank as protection. What do we got? We got 50 TP, and then another G-SOR over here that are tying down the T-32. Shots are coming in. Guys are still battling over on the east side, haven't quite taken over the whole village. That's a dangerous gameplay up there in the village too, because once you've taken the village, you can't just drive into the up north, because you generally always have some TDs on the A line that are just tearing you a new butthole. So the game's kind of slowed down. Everybody's dug in in their trenched in, just trading shots, not getting anything for it really. Unit 4 Mod 1 is firing the HE, or is it the T-28 that's firing the HE? I can't tell. 122 TM jumps in there and decides he's going to help out. Oh, you're trying to overmatch that roof. And he does. Just slides that puppy right in there. Takes a chunk off the IS-3A. Nice. For me, that's about a 1 in 50 shot. Bitwise makes it look so easy. Alright, now the BK-101. And he put... Oh, the IS-3A hits you. You got tracked. Alright, now we're down to half, at least over half our hit points. But you got a shot into that BK-101. That's a dicey move right there, because you can get some good shots, but you're fairly exposed too. And that SU-101's been playing it, and they may have just blind shotted you before the Sixth Sense went off. I'm not sure. All right, Carnarvon's moving in on the action on the T-54 Mod 1, along with the 703. The IS-3A is looking like he wants to push out. He really wants to come out. He takes a chunk taken off of him by, I'm assuming, the 50 TP. Maybe the G-SOR? I don't know. Anyway, they're pushing hard now. They're getting in behind him. And Bitwise is rolling southwest. T-32 is down. SU-101 is pushing in. He's just going to go face hug the IS-3A. And he takes him out. Now Bitwise can kind of get in there. You got to be protective of what hit points you have left. This is definitely a shoot and scoot type of play. Oh, takes out the IS-3A there. Nicely done. Leaving the mill all by his lonesome. He's huddled up in there. And he's down. Oh, maybe hold on to that shot just a second longer. G-SOR is falling down quickly. Oh, just missed him. Just missed him. But SU-101 takes care of him, and that is the victory. All right, so in this game, we saw, supporting the heavies, a little slower game as far as damage-wise. I mean, you got a third class out of this, Fire for Effect, 108,767 in credits, 2,369 in experience. 1,905 in damage. So like I said, it was a slower damage game, but you were still keeping your gun and taking big chunks off of the tanks. 1 kill for base XP of 752. You fired 7 shots. Of those 4 hit and of those 4 penetrated. And again, straight up 1905. No assistance. Made some credits, made some good experience. But like I said, this game compared to the last one where you were doing the, actively hunting down the enemy, this one, that's Ruinberg. It's a slower, methodical, taking small chunks off. Generally, there are waffle stomps, don't get me wrong, but generally that's what it is. But, taking a light-skinned TD down there to do the slow, methodical, taking chunks, battling, that was good play. So anyway, that's the 2 for this week from Bitwise and his Skorpion G. So if you liked the video, hit the like button. Keep those videos coming. I greatly appreciate it. Please remember to hit the subscribe button. This is Bonsai Duck out.